Famous San Diego Zoo, Balboa Park is not just a park, but a destination in a class of its own. It's a hub of culture and history that celebrates what makes San Diego unique. I remember coming here as a child. We are so lucky to have such an iconic park, so steeped in history, right in our backyard. And it's my honor to share it with all of you.
When a handful of reformers sought only to preserve a piece of nature in their young city. Promote San Diego's new status. Originally conceived as a World's Fair, the 1915 Expo, in the end, became the Panama, California Exposition, giving San Francisco the International Exposition to demonstrate their recovery from the 1906 earthquake and fire. While is home to more than 15,000 trees from 348 different species, 2,100 orchids, palms, ferns, and even carnivorous plants. And prime location in the city center. There is nothing like it among the parks of the world. To global information, expositions were used to draw large numbers of people together to experience grand events that were one part educational. San Francisco's World's Fair traveled south for the second-year extension, renamed the Panama, California International Exposition. California Pacific International Exposition was the brainchild of Frank Drugan. This time, organizers saw the event as an antidote to the Great Depression. They hoped the event would stimulate the area economy and create jobs. They were able to surpass their fundraising, and as such, visitors saw an increase in the level of spectacle and flamboyance.
Come on to see the wonders of the 1935 Expo Extravaganza. Rich and Gold Gulch. Sneak a peek at Zorro Gardens, the Expo's nudist colony. See the famous Sally Rand perform twice daily burlesque shows at the Palace of Entertainment. For those preferring the slower pace, visit the Turtle Farm.
And later, on January 1st, 1936, Roosevelt pressed a gold telegraph key in the White House to light the second year of the Expo. And it actually is. The Spanish-influenced architecture envisioned by Goodhue evoked the overall influence of Spain and Mexico on the region. The representation, however, was more of a fantasized view, as opposed to one based on reality. Considering their humble origins, no one could have foreseen that a zoo of international reputation would be born of the 5 mini-zoos featured in the Panama, California Expo. Lions and other large mammals were displayed in makeshift cages. An aviary was built near 6th Avenue. In 1916, Dr. Harry Whiteforth created plans to maintain a zoo upon the Expo's closing.
There was a whole herd of elk brought into Balboa Park and were just roaming around free.
Conservation for both plants and animals are pillars of the zoo's mission. 200 scientists work at the zoo, the safari park, and the San Diego Zoo Institute for Conservation Research. They have successfully reintroduced numerous species back into the wild and are widely recognized for their giant panda breeding program. Any plans for the park were immediately dropped. The city spent nearly $30,000 to alter the park for military use. By the end of 1917, more than 5,000 recruits were training in the park. They drilled in the plaza, ate outside in the courtyard of the Cafe Cristobal, and slept in tents. The first military occupation was short-lived. With peace declared on November 11, 1918, the military left the park for more permanent. It was transformed from a sleepy border town to a teeming wartime metropolis. An influx of civilian and military personnel caused the city's population to soar. In 1 year, the population had increased from required more training ground and adequate space for the injured. Acting Commandant of the 11th Naval District, Captain Byron McCandless, opened 8 park buildings immediately and 4 more to follow soon after. The park remained open for more than a year, but the demands for more space and support forced almost all institutions to shutter their doors. Japan's surrender, the military occupants of the park began making plans to return the grounds back to public use. The federal government gave the city $790,000 for the project. Each year, more than 6 million visitors experience the park's 19 museums, which represent a diverse array of the Old Globe is widely regarded as one of the country's premier regional theaters. Many prestigious actors have chosen to perform on one of the Old Globe's 3 stages. Numerous Tony Award-winning productions were born here.
What's unique about it is the fact that it's outside. It's outside, number one. It's also running right up against the San Diego Zoo. So
which is our youth group, the youth symphony. Then you have the dance group, the youth dance group, and the room next door. And right next door you have the theater group. So it's really nice just to see all these young people getting into the art.
Since the 1950s, children have enjoyed performances at the Marie Hitchcock Puppet Theater. The Spreckles organ is the largest outdoor organ in the Western Hemisphere. It was a gift from tycoon John D. Spreckles and his brother Adolf, and has provided free concerts since its dedication on the eve of the first expo. History and culture that live here. In the meantime, we will all continue to enjoy the park. The jewel of San Diego is both well loved and